everybody, and thank you very much for checking out my video. This is all about Anthem. I just recently uploaded I wouldn't necessarily call it a highlight video because it's not like it had amazing gameplay or anything like that, but I guess I would call it a showcase, and it was basically showcasing the numbers and the numbers that I'm putting up as well as the support that I'm putting out to my team with this build that I have created. And I've only played the game with the Storm, and I also have not watched too many other videos about this game or whatever. So, as far as I know, there are no other true meta builds in the game yet. It's bound to happen. The game is going to be filled with all different types of metas, one after another. But the reason I have this up right now is to show you that my highest, and you can see one of everything and then 5 of 5. The highest power level that I have attainable is 496. This right here. Now anybody who's watched my previous video is most likely going to be wondering what build that I have and how am I doing what I'm doing. So I'll try to be brief. I'll try not to take too long. I can be very long-winded. I'm aware of that. Alright, so you see I got my R1 speed up right there. And I have 25% speed here. Oh, what I'm focusing on, I mean, I'm showing you everything, but what I'm really focusing on is the speed. It's all about that gear speed. Alright, so 25 both. And then I actually had another gun here that I was using for speed, but let me show you just so you can see. And I've already recycled a bunch of guns that I was rolling, but so I have many of these because I was crafting them. I kept crafting them, and finally last night I finally rolled one that you're seeing right now, which has double damage. There might be other guns that are more powerful, but I'm under the impression that this is the most powerful gun in the game. And it's a key weapon to be used with the Storm, especially with the build that I have, because I don't have a detonating gear. But yeah, so that double damage is just incredible. Oh, along with the 18% elemental, I mean, and some armor. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, I wish before that I was using the Avenging Herald, which is good and had that nice shield buff, but let me show you something really quick. Everybody's going to get jealous everybody's all about that Avenging Herald. Let me show you what I got on this. Boom. Weapon, 150 damage on top of that 200. When I'm in the air, I'm doing 350% damage. And it's not like a glitch like when the game first came out where you have two equipped. This one gun by itself does, actually, I'm sorry, 465. There's an extra 15% on the top left there. Yeah, so this gun is amazing. And one thing that I noticed in the community on YouTube and whatever is that people were really sweating this gun and also talking about other guns. The proper way to play this game, I mean, that gun is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I was happy to have it and I was using it and whatever, but it's not not necessarily the most efficient, most powerful way to play. But I mean, this game is all about having many different play styles. So by all means, don't take what I'm saying as if I'm saying that it's like the only way to play or whatever. But yeah. Alright, so on my focus seal, you see I have a legendary version of it, but I'm not using that. I'm using what you see to the right is what I have equipped. You see I got what, 25, 35, 40. I'm getting a 40% damage buff on top of that 125. So I'm getting 165% damage out of this onto my L1. And what makes my build so special is what I'm about to show you. It's all about this inscription. Now, really quick, what I was saying was the build that I have right now, the most powerful DPS would be with this if I had an inscription on it like what I have on my equipped gear, which you probably already noticed. It has 185% damage, and it also does it carries 4 charges as opposed to 1 charge. So And granted, it does take, you know, a couple seconds or 1 second in between each shot or whatever, but regardless, the fact is, uh, if you, rather than DPS based on one single attack, if you really do the DPS based on, I don't know what, 10 seconds, I'm under the impression that this might put out more damage regardless. I haven't actually really tested it, but um, if and when I get one of these with that crazy damage buff, that's when I will test it, because then I'm gonna really see what's up. But this right here is what I'm running with, and I think you can see why. And that with the chaotic, it's just a sick combination. And so, what's really lowering my, I got an extra one right here. I actually had, I had my power level went up a little bit recently. I was running with two of these, but because because of the legendary Tarsus that the legendary, the masterwork, this one that I just got with that double damage, uh, I had a different Tarsus that was giving me R1 speed, so I didn't. It was compensating. Which one was it? This one right here. See that 25% speed on the R1? Because of that, because of that change, it was compensating, but because of that change, I had to make the change here and basically take away 50% damage in order to make up for the cooldown speed that I need, because it reduces. I'm trying not to go into too much specific detail about anything. I might be, if I brush over anything too quickly without explaining it, I apologize. But two of these alone was reducing my cooldown by -40, you know, and then where is it? Right here, that plus 50. So I had, amongst my components, I had plus 10% cooldown, which isn't much, but I was compensating for it with my guns. And after getting that double damage Tarsus, I figured I would make that adjustment so that uh, by taking one away, now I have, what is it, 30%? Yeah, 50 minus 20. Yeah, so now I have 30% in here. Anyway, so okay, so sorry, I'm really stressing the cooldown because it's important, but it's the most important thing about the build is the cooldown. So I'll show you really quick what I have. So I got the increased gear damage 50%, along with increase the recharge 50. So that's basically giving me plus 30% attack and cooldown on my gears, 30% each, which is a nice balance. Another nice, you could also run with two of each, which will give you 60% of each, and that's a really nice way to play too. Anyway, increased blast damage, and my people were wondering about this, and basically, blast damage is area of effect. But even before I learned the fact that it was area of effect, the name of this gear slot is Blast Seal. I'm surprised that there was, I mean, there might be, whatever, but, you know, focus. And so if there's a focus attack or a blast attack, I was surprised that there was a lot of confusion in the community about that. People saying that the storm does not do blast damage or a blast attack or whatever. I'm like, they have a blast gear slot. Anywho, so the increased blast damage by 35%. You see, I got it again right here. The reason I was happy to double up on that one is because that is my my main damage dealing source. And then another 35%, and I got the minus 35% physical. It kind of hurts, but if you see that 43% luck, that one inscription is actually the main reason why I'm keeping it equipped. Because let's see if we can do the math real quick. Okay, so we got 25, 43, and 33. All right, so 43 and 33 is 76. Is that right? Was that the only one? So yeah, I got 101% luck, which is just about exactly what you need. I'm pretty sure 99% is perfect, I think. But anywho, you want to get around 100% luck. If you have less than 90% luck, it doesn't really do much for you. Where was I? So I was explaining I had the double blast damage of 35 both times. Like, that's what's really lowering my power level, and it's worth it. And I just recently re-equipped this as well. I had Yeah, see, I swapped out the gear damage for this so that I would get the 20% cooldown back onto my set, but this is such a good weapon as well because of that 40% damage that I'm going to be able to apply to the Tarsus. So, you know, like for example, if I'm fighting with the Tyrant and the Stronghold, what I'll do very quickly, I'll just freeze one of the bugs on the ground, and then I'll shoot the Tyrant in the weak spot. And let me show you one other thing really quick. You guys are probably aware of this already. With the glorious result, I'm gonna make another video doing this. And you know what? Well, okay. Basically, with the glorious result, along with the Tarsus, I think that combination is the highest DPS in the entire game. Perhaps I might be mistaken, and you only have a 5-second window of pulling off the combination, but I personally, and without having any really good buffs, and I did not have any whatchamacallit, the stuff that you take one use per match, um, the consumables. I didn't have any, and I was able to deal base. It was roughly 170,000 damage that I was dealing. And I know other people have dealt more than that. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just trying to inform anybody who's not aware of it already. It's not much of a brag. My goal is to put up as much as possible, well over 200, and I'm going to make another video later doing that. So I think I was done going over all of this. I could get into it more, but that's basically it as far as the components are concerned. And the support seal, I was running with this for the luck, but because of the other, now that I have enough luck in my components, I'm focused on my R1 speed. And the R1 is the chaotic Rhine. And in case you don't know, it's the ice shards that you shoot really fast. So I'm gonna jump into a mission and show you guys something. And just so you know, I'm able to solo Grandmaster 2 contracts, not legendary, not stronghold, but regular contracts, because it's the difficulty scales very slightly between free play being the easiest, then a regular contract is kind of like medium difficulty, and then the stronghold is the hardest. I feel like I'm missing something. Free play. Oh, the legendary contracts. The legendary contracts are harder than the regular contracts, and then the strongholds are the hardest. Um, a regular contract on Grandmaster 2, I am able to solo it without dying. And I am pretty squishy. It does take a lot of skill to be able to do that when it comes to flying and dodging and whatnot. So I think I'm done in here. Oh, and one good thing about doing this, obviously, is that it's too bad that the ammunition isn't universal and pulled together, because I would like to have these bullets in this gun, obviously. But anyway, um, yeah, I don't think there's anything else for me to really explain in here.